you guys obviously just saw, I have a tattoo right here. I got three new tattoos, which I'll make a video about eventually. But hey, I'm so excited for this video because I'm going to be talking about anime. Yeah, but before I do that, I have some raspberry bubbly because I'm thirsty. Okay. Also, I got bangs. Well, curtain bangs. And, yeah. I don't know. So before this video really, begins, because, I don't know, I kind of like doing whisper, ramble kind of videos, because I talk a lot, and I'm not really, I guess, social. I'm not really as social. I'm kind of very introverted. And I like to just kind of be in my house all the time, or at my partner's house, or I have my best friend come over and we'll play Uno for like 2 hours straight. But I'm going to be ordering a bunch of different cosplay kind of stuff, and I'm opening up an OnlyFans again because I'm indecisive as a frig. No, hear me out. I think in the last year I have grown more comfortable with my sexuality and with my womanhood, if you will. I've had so many interesting things happen. Yeah, it's been a year, guys. I'm living my best life. At least I'm starting to now. Yeah, there's a lot of realizations that I had on my own, because I've been on my own, like, in the real world, for like a year now, paying my own bills, like, doing all the things. I loved a 6-year relationship. Like, listen, your baby girl is blossoming. But I'm going to be doing an OnlyFans again, with cosplay stuff, and also doing like probably role plays on here, because I do really like role plays. So anyway, I have a list over here of like different animes that I've watched and or have seen in the last, like, I want to say 6 months. Okay. I don't know why I'm so like hyper. I was literally dead. I was literally fucking dead like 2 minutes ago. It's been like 4 minutes since I started filming, but you know what? You get it. Okay. Anyway. So, let's start off with Rosaria Vampire. This is my current anime that I picked up again. Now listen, I've probably seen Rosaria Vampire like 10 times. I love the anime so much. It's so good. For no reason. So good for no reason. Essentially, Rosaria Vampire is about a girl, the main character, Tsukune, who goes from the human world to a monster academy without realizing that he is now in a monster realm. And then Mocha, who is like the other main character of this kind of cute little, very hentai looking anime. She's got like pink hair, but like she wears a rosario around her neck that only like that seals her vampire powers. And Tsukune is the only one who can like take the rosary off to get like reveal her true vampire powers. She is an S-class monster, so she's kick-ass, badass, super hot, and I am cosplaying her. Very excited for that. So there is a succubus, a little witch, a snow woman, and they all kind of go on a journey together, like in a high school setting. They're like 15 years old in this anime, and just kind of are like forming friendships, like trying not to be lonely, and it's so cute. You can find it on Hulu. It quite possibly might be on Netflix, but I'm watching mine on Hulu. I find that Hulu has like so many options when it comes to anime. So many options. Okay, so these like anime that I've been kind of dabbling in, I mostly watch this at my partner's house when I go over there, and it is Death Note. Now, hear me out. I did watch Death Note when I was like, I want to say 13, and it was good, but I had no memory of it, and I wasn't really into it back then. But now, listen to me. I'm pretty sure most people have watched anime. I'm pretty sure. I hope. And I don't know, I'm kind of a sucker for L. Like, I like how he sits, the like Sugar King himself. I like him. I don't know. And Light is a freaking psychopath. He's a psychopath. Like, I don't know about you babes, but that man, straight psychopath. And then let's not even talk about Ryuk. He is one ugly mother. One ugly Shinigami. And Rem is so ugly. Oh god, but it's so good. And yeah, I've been really enjoying Death Note. Okay, so the third anime that I've dabbled in a little bit, or I've rewatched for like probably the 25th time, is Vampire Knight. So the main character is Yuki Cross, Miss Yuki Cross herself, who is a seal. If you couldn't tell, I like vampire animes, but anyway, Yuki Cross is this sweet little girl who, like, her first memory is when she was 5 years old and a vampire saved her, which is Kaname Kuran, who is a pure blood vampire. And pure blood vampires usually are in power and have like a lot of powers, and a lot of people abide by them, like halfling vampires who were turned and stuff. And then there's Zero Kiryu. Oh, that badass man. Ooh. He is a level E vampire. Pretty much he's a vampire that's never drank blood before. And these vampires, unless they drink pure blood vampire, like blood, will go into insanity. And he's kind of like, you know, and he's also a vampire hunter. Comes from like a line of vampire hunters. Now, please hear me out. This is kind of like an incesty anime, which isn't really true. Like, now, if you watch it, you'll know. But essentially, yeah. But you will come to find out that Yuki is a vampire herself. You're gonna figure out how, but it's like a weird love triangle between Kaname, who's super obsessed with Yuki and protecting her, and then Zero, who's also obsessed with Yuki and is trying to protect her from Kaname, and Yuki loves them both. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing, like, and it's one of my favorites. And it also takes place in like an academy where there's like a night school for the vampires and then the daytime school, and Yuki and Zero are the academy's like nightclub where they like protect the daytime from the nighttime students. Next is Bloodline, which is a cute little about. Oh, and I forgot to mention, for Rosaria Vampire, there's 13 episodes. Death Note has 37 episodes. Vampire Knight has 2 2 seasons. The first one has 13 episodes. The second one has 13 episodes as well, I believe. Or 25. I cannot remember, to be honest. Bloodline has 10 episodes. Bloodline is a cute anime about a vampire who, so there's territories in the demon world, and this girl crosses over from this magical curtain that can transport you into different dimensions and different places, and she ends up dying. And so I can't remember the name of him, but the vampire guy who is the boss of the territory she's in is like super into manga, super into like human like accessories like manga and video games and different stuff like that. And he ends up like leaving and like trying to do boss stuff, and the girl ends up dying. So he is determined in this cute little anime to resurrect her, because when she was human he wanted to drink her blood, so he wants to resurrect her to drink her blood. But then it starts to become kind of like more. So you're gonna find that episode 10 leaves you on a fucking cliffhanger. At one point in time there was in fact a second season. Same with Rosaria Vampire, there was a second season, and I think Hulu hates me. So, but it's still so good, and they like kind of go through like power duos, and then he ends up like realizing that he is a very powerful vampire, but like his brother sealed his vampire powers. Yeah. So next is a movie that I watched on Netflix. It is called Bubble. So Bubble is about a boy who appears to have like autistic symptoms, like sensory issues, stuff like that. And then this girl who is actually made of the bubbles that are invading Tokyo ends up becoming obsessed with him and has saved him from day one just because she understands him. They kind of form like a friendship, like a partnership, if you will, and they kind of like, she teaches him to learn to live and be okay and less afraid. And the ending of this is like an hour and 20-minute movie. It hurts. It made me cry. I bawled my eyes out. I was so fucking sad. It made me cry. And I can't even explain to you how sad this fucking thing made me. It made me so sad. So yeah, that's Bubble. The next one I watched is called The Whisker Away, which is about a girl who, when she wears a mask, turns into a cat, and has a crush on this boy who is kind of like a misunderstood guy, and she's a very charismatic, like, girl and stuff like that, and is always, like, doing some fucking shit to get this guy's attention. Well, she ends up turning into a cat named Taro, who was the cat that this kid had but passed away, and she kind of goes and sees him, and they ended up things, and then he ends up finding out that she is the cat. Well, it turns out that this mask, the more she wears it, there's a certain point in time where if she wears it long enough, she will turn into a cat forever, and she loses her like human memories and all, well, humanness and stuff in the cat world. So they're on a mission to go get the scammer who gave her this, and to turn her back into a regular human. And then the guy and the girl, like, it's so cute. It's on Netflix. Please go and watch it. The last anime is called Vampire in the Garden, which is a 5 or 6 episode anime series that just came out this year, I believe. It is so sad. So it's about this vampire girl who fell in love with a human at some point, but this human ended up dying, so she kind of is a bitter queen of vampires. And this one girl is determined to get away from her mother, who is a vampire hunter, because they think vampires ruined the world. Well, she ends up she hates vampires at first, absolutely hates them, but then ends up trusting the vampire queen, and they go on like a crusade away, like trying to find peace, trying to find a place where humans and vampires can coexist together and get along. And it ends with and they end up be like, they fall in love with each other, like not in like the way they think, but like in a friendship way, where they're relying on each other, trying to find peace, like. And it's such an anime that just, the scenes, the graphics, the way that they portray the story is just
all in all mesmerizing. And I definitely recommend you watch it. The last anime I'm going to talk about is Attack on Titan, which is... Don't get me started. So, Attack on Titan was coming out with episodes earlier this year, every Sunday, that I watched religiously. And Attack on Titan is one of those things where the villain plot is so played out so amazing, and it's just a thriller kind of anime that is super heartfelt, super in-depth, a very big plot twist. I cannot wait for the next part of the series to come out, and if they tell me that it's the final season and it actually isn't for like the 4th time this year, I'm pissed. I'm gonna be done. But it follows Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, a friendship of trying to fight for freedom and justice, to live in a world where there's peace and they can do whatever they want. And it is such a loving way. I also read the manga and spoiled it for myself, but like, and I'm starting to cry because it makes me sad. But yeah, but anyways, I started talking more soft-spoken because my throat started hurting from whispering. So anywho's, I will list all the anime names down in the description box. I hope you guys found this kind of fun and enjoyable. I had a lot of fun. I love talking about anime. It makes my day so exciting. But I hope you guys can get some sleep, or maybe if you're interested in watching any of these animes, let me know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't let the